Now let's continue our pre-Inter-Korean summit coverage with part 3 of our special reports on the varying perspectives from the major players in the region. Today we are going to focus in on China, Pyongyang's longtime ally, to get a closer idea about the expectations that are rolling around Beijing. Our Shin Se-min reports.
North Korea and China have a long history together. They share a border and have long been business partners. Beijing has supported North Korea even when the rest of the international community had turned its back on Pyongyang. However, their close relationship had appeared to weaken as Beijing joined hands with the international community to squeeze Pyongyang with economic and diplomatic sanctions. But then, a dramatic shift in tone. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un's first official foreign trip was here to Beijing, meeting with China's Xi Jinping. Now, during their encounter, the North Korean leader reportedly said that he was committed to denuclearization and that he also agreed to resume the long-stalled six-party talks, which was last held some 10 years ago. Now, watchers here in Beijing say this diplomatic thaw could bring about some positive results. And one of those results is an expanded role for Beijing.
The North Korean leader's surprise trip patched things up with China. We know that Kim had briefed the Chinese president of his plan, and that gesture earned the North Korean regime the full support of China when dealing with other countries.
With better relations between the two sides, China will be able to play a bigger role in helping and guiding North Korea to the path of ultimate denuclearization. What China wants is to avoid a war in the region, something both South and North Korea want as much as the international community.
And as to what needs to be done to keep up this improved sentiment in the region and eventually lead to the ultimate goal of denuclearizing the Korean Peninsula, some experts say that neighboring countries should play a bigger role.
Both China and South Korea should proactively handle the situation. In order to make sure North Korea doesn't revert back to its reclusive regime, countries in the region should also prove to the North their willingness to make this work. And South Korea reducing its joint military drills with the U.S. can be seen as one way of doing this.
There seems to be a more amicable atmosphere in the region in the final build-up to the summit between South Korean President Moon Jae-in and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. The North's Kim Jong-un made an unprecedented humanitarian move this week, visiting the Chinese tourists who were injured in a traffic accident in North Korea, while also sending deep condolences to those bereaved. And the challenge for now, at least, is keeping the momentum going toward the end of lasting peace on a nuclear-free Korean peninsula. Shin Se-min, Arirang News.